Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This here's Portie's Garage. On today's episode, I've been doing a lot of different little things on Project Boxster behind the scenes, just some little cleanups, fix-ups here and there. One of the things I wanted to show you guys that I'm doing is these grills out of the front of this used front bumper are nasty. This one isn't too bad. This is the original one. But this is the one out of this one. It's got a lot of sun damage and the black has actually turned white, which is pretty nasty. So I got a couple different methods I'm going to use here to try to restore these back to black. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm also going to fit these with a grill on the back. Custom homemade right here in Portie's Garage. So without further ado, let's go hit the workshop in the basement. All right, gang, we're down here in the basement on the workbench. We're gonna do a couple things. So I did do some experimenting the other day and use the heat gun here. And I was able to take a white one like this, with all that white in there, and I was able to get it to come back to black. Now, it is 1,000 times better. I think you can kind of see that on the camera, but still not where I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna try one with the Cerakote to see how that works. But you can see I'm also trying to put this grill on the back. So we'll get more to that in the back half of the video. But first, I wanna see if we can get these back to black using some of this Cerakote. So let me turn the camera a little bit more down on the workspace here and we'll give that a shot. Okay, all set up on the bench here. I got these two pieces here that we're going to try out this new Cerakote on. Let's see what's in the box here. So I've already opened this up a little bit. They give you some handy dandy gloves, first and foremost, so you don't get this all over you. Little instruction card here. We'll throw that to the side. And then they give you 10 little packs here. So let's take one of these out. So that I don't, oops, and I already opened it. So throw this off the side. Woo. It's got a smell, I'll tell you that, boys. Let's get our handy dandy safety gloves on. Now I did clean both of these. It did say to clean it with some Dawn. Make sure you get all the grease off of it. Basically the way you put this on, it says open this up. Got one of these, don't let it touch paint or glass or your skin, which is a little scary. And then it said just go crazy on this. So I'm really curious to see if this is going to take that white off. And looks like it's doing a pretty decent job there. I gotta be honest, so far I'm liking the heat method a little bit better. Let's just see where we go with this. See what happens. It is getting that, so I'll just put you guys on a little fast forward here as I go through the rest of this. Well, there we go. You know, I think it obviously has done something, but I'm not. So again, this one here, take one of my gloves off here. This one here was the same white color as this one when I used the heat method. So you can kind of see here the difference. This one's definitely a more even and darker black than this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and Cerakote this one, see if how this looks compared to that, compared to the one that hasn't been done. So let me do that. All right, let's let this dry and see what she looks like. Okay, gang, I let this sit for a while. Gotta say, I'm just not overly impressed. It did get a lot of the white out here. This side looks better. This underside does not look good at all. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. So I think I'm more inclined to use the heat gun to get it back to black, and then maybe put this on as a protective coating. This one, again, I did the heat gun and then put this on. This one looks way better. I still see a little bit of white up here, but it definitely looks way better, and I'm assuming with this protected on there it would last longer. So I think for extreme conditions like these that, you know, went from black to white, you're gonna have to do something other than the Cerakote protected on there and then bring it back. But I do think, you know, this part here that was, you know, already black, it wasn't white like that, looks pretty good. Same on here again. So my final assessment on that is it was really bad. Use a heat gun. May not be the best for it, but let's be honest, if it's this bad, you probably should be replacing it anyway. But this might give you some extra life out of it. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll put you on a little time lapse. I'm gonna try to heat gun this to see if I can get it darker color. Now, it doesn't say anything about you should or shouldn't do this, so we'll see how it turns out, see if it turns out anything close to this. But yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. Well, with that done, it helped, but it definitely did not do it as good as this one when I did it before I put the Cerakote on. So, I don't know, guys. I would say do the heat first and then put a Cerakote on it to help protect it and keep it going. Well, tried something new, and now I think I know which way I would go if I were doing this again in the future. Obviously, when they're this far gone, it's probably best just to replace them so that you have something new, but trying to save $1 or $2 and see what we can do to restore the cars as they are. So I'm gonna change over now, and let's start talking about these grills, and I'll go over how I bought the materials for this and my kind of plan to go around this. I have test fitted this in. It fits in very well. Very strong here. So let's go ahead and switch this around. Okay, guys, this is the next day, and just want to go through the different products I had here to make this grill. So as you can see, again, pretty nice looking. Trust me, it looks really nice on the car. Got the whole vent, you know, blackened up with the heat and the Cerakote. Again, heat first, Cerakote second, or just buy new ones. Hey, whatever. So doing that, I wanted to get the grills on here so you don't have to clean out your radiators all the time. So if you can kind of see on here, and I'll kind of bring this up a little bit closer, but I've basically got this tie wrapped in or tie locked in here. So that's how I did it. I drilled some holes in there. The key here is to kind of keep it close to the edge here. So when you turn this over, the only part that's seen from the outside of the car is this outside edge here and then the fins. So as long as you don't drill through any of that, showing like here, you should be good. So what I've done, you can kind of see it up here. I've drilled through up here, here. I've used the existing holes where I could, drilled there. I put another one down here in the corner, there and there. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 different places I've put tie straps in this. So I think overall it's very strong. I mean, I can push on it. It's not bending. So it's going to withstand the bugs and stones and everything hitting in it. But again, the way you need to do this is make sure you do it on the outsides. And then I just kind of locked it in here with that. The one thing I will say I didn't do the way I would like to have is this part up here. Should have made it a little bit longer, but with the tie strap up here and here, we're pretty good. So let's go ahead and talk about what we got here. So what I did is I bought this. This is for your gutters to keep all the leaves out, leaf guard. So I bought this at Home Depot. It's got a little edge here that kind of locks into the eaves trough, and then this top part goes underneath your shingles to kind of keep it locked out like that. Water can go through, leaves can't, all that debris. So this really, it was the mesh I was looking for one. 2, it was black, and then 3, it really comes in the right size. So I used one of these, and for the Boxster, I've got 2 of these, right? Boxster base. If you have the S version, you probably have to buy an extra one to go into that center vent. I'm also going to do this for my 911, 996, so that I can do that on that as well. I just really wanted to try it here on the Boxster while I had an extra part, see how I could do it and see if it would work. And I'm really happy with the result. Again, like I said, I kind of put it into the front bumper as well as the air dam that goes back, that forces all the air into the radiators. Everything fit perfectly. There was no issues with alignment or any of this getting in the way of how it was mounted. So with all that said, very long-winded, let's get to it. This actually what I did here, you can kind of see it's really just I cut off this edge here, cut it in half really, and that's going to do the 2 here. So what I'll do now is I'll get you guys set up a little bit better to see the work surface, and we'll play some music and do a little time lapse, and you guys can see me put it together. Okay guys, before we get started, let's kind of go over some of the materials here. I've got my leaf guard here, mesh in black. I already cut it in half so that I could use it on this. I did end up on this part is kind of bent over. I did flatten that out because I've got a couple rows of that just to make it a little bit wider. Just to give you an idea of what I've got here from a size perspective to start with. It's about 6 inches wide and then about 17 inches long. So rough idea there. You're going to need some tin snips, some regular snips, all your zip ties. I keep calling them tie wraps for some reason. Zip ties. Black was my preference there. I do have some tape just to tape off in case I'm doing something silly. And then your Dremel or a drill, however you want to do it. I just use this Dremel with this little cutter bit, and it goes right through that plastic really easy. So first thing I do is get this set up. I'm going to align it so that I've got a little bit of overlap here, a little bit of overlap here, and then the rest of this I'll either cut and bend over or cut and bend into that. And then the first thing I did, this is just temporary, but I wanted to put a couple tie wraps in through the center vents just to hold it in place while I'm cutting and getting everything else together. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll get started trimming this up, get it in place. Again, play some music, sit back, enjoy. there we go. Next one done. Nice and tight in here. So again, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zip ties in here. It is not affecting it all around here or inside here at all. So should be fairly invisible when you get done. So quick and easy below for the for this. I got it from Home Depot, so I'll look up the link for that. I'll see if there's something similar on Amazon. But nice, just leaf gutter guard, black mesh, real cheap. I think it was, you know, less than 10 bucks a piece, and a little about, I don't know, 25 minutes. We got a couple grills done and ready to go back on the car. Okay guys, kind of show you up close what it looks like. Yes, I know this front fascia bumper is in bad shape, but there you can kind of see no really visible signs of having any of those zip ties there. Fits in there nice, and just wish that Cerakote would have worked a little bit better. But you know, hey, way better than having them white, I guess. I will try to put another coat of Cerakote on there just to see if we can't, you know, get it looking a little more black. But there you go. Hey guys, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for hanging around. We did give her a shot here with the Cerakote as well as the heat. For me, as bad as these were, had to use the heat first just to get them somewhere near to black and then put the Cerakote on there. I think that would be the perfect formula. I will try this Cerakote on some of the other trims, black trims that we have on the car, just to give it a good whirl to see how good it does. But hey, thank you guys for joining me on today's episode. If you like this kind of content, hit like and subscribe, help out the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.